This is the Universal Wrestling Podcast. Inside the ring, outside the ring, it's all here.
We're talking about the greatest sport of all, professional wrestling.
Come on! And now, here's Nick and Keith.
Welcome back to the Universal Wrestling Podcast. My name is Nick. His name is Keith. Keith, what an interview we got, man. It was amazing.
I'm still in shock that this is something we even got to land, man. I mean, like, coming into this with you, I was so stoked to talk to Davey Richards,
nervous,
to talk to Mike Chioda, this, like, you know, living legends. And then, like, this one still for me, I can't say it tops Chioda because he's a legend, but, like,
he is, and he's from Jersey.
It's really neck and neck there.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen him on Dynamite with Jake Hager. I mean, we've seen him in the past going one-on-one with legends, dude. New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW, the indie scene. Man, we need to get to the interview, dude. Are you ready?
Yes,
Let's
ready.
do it. Here it is with Jake Hager's hat. Very happy to have Jake Hager's hat on the show today.
Please, just call me Hat. I've had enough of a career behind me that I don't need to latch on to him like that.
Well, we know this isn't your first run in professional wrestling. Tell us a little bit about your career.
So really, I started in the 80s, but things really started to take off once Ibushi had that match with the blow-up doll in 09, and all of a sudden, I started getting booked everywhere.
Yeah, so I mean, then we were, so I know you have a real story of career behind you here, but going through doing some research for the interview, we've seen you've done some work, in AEW, doing now, obviously, hanging out there with Hager, JAS, and all that. I didn't realize how, like, storied of a career you have here. Any kind of, like, high points before, you had, Ibushi had that blow up doll match, but any other kind of high points you had with anything? Like, what are some memorable moments for you?
Shortly after the blow up doll match with Ibushi, I had one with him at the Tokyo Dome. And Meltzer said it would have been a 5.5-star match, but he thought it would have damaged his rep if it would have put me over that hard.
Dude, we are huge fans of you. Now, I got to talk about the bond with you and Jake Hager. How's that been, man? It's just been so fun seeing you guys on TV.
So really, my personality with Hager, I find kind of has given him more of a personality more than what he already had because, same thing people say all the time. He has a personality of maybe of a brick wall. So I feel like having the purple hat kind of gives him more of something the crowd can talk about.
That's heat right there, brother.
So that's amazing, man. So, like, how would you compare all those, like, other experiences you've had, being in the Tokyo Dome, working with Ibushi and everything? How would you compare those experiences, like how the AEW locker room is right now? I mean, you came in kind of right around when, like, all that backstage kind of nonsense with the Punk and everything was going on. Like, you ever had anything like that in the past, or, what had kind of gone on in anything like that in your past?
No, not so much. Everything's kind of been pretty chill at the Tokyo Dome and whatnot. But yeah, coming around the All Out situation where you have the dog running around loose, you have Ace Steel biting Kenny Omega on the arm, you have the Young Bucks wanting him getting knocked out by CM Punk. It seemed to be kind of crazy coming in there.
So then when you first came in, they started you with Garcia originally, but then kind of dropped out there. Was that your decision? Was that something that just it worked better with Jake, or what was kind of the situation there?
So yeah, like you said, they wanted to put me with Garcia, but me and him have heat because he didn't want to put me over back when he was the PWG champ, and even though he was pretty much signed by AEW by then.
Oh, damn. I did not realize Garcia was like that much of a politics kind of guy backstage there. So he was supposed to put you over in PWG and he didn't want to.
Correct.
So we heard about the bloodline, the family, the Samoans. Let's hear about your bloodline, Mr. Hat. You got any relatives in the world of professional wrestling?
So Corbin's hat is actually my father-in-law and my sister, who's a ski mask, used to date MJF's scarf, but that's about as deep as it goes.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's great, man. That's great.
Threads running deep. That's awesome.
Mr. Hat, we've seen you all over social media with Jake Hager at the gas station, in the supermarket. Dude, there's a bond there. I gotta know, how does his wife feel about this?
So first of all, I don't know how his wife feels about it, but I wish the guy would put a goddamn shirt on in public for one. It seems like he's giving me more attention than his wife.
Oh man, yeah, I can see it. Keith, every Wednesday on Dynamite, it's always him and Jake Hager. It's a bond I don't think we've ever seen before in the world of professional wrestling.
Yeah, man. I mean, it feels like you guys are like pretty inseparable. So, I mean, you were saying it's like you spend a lot more time, you feel like you spend a lot more time with him than he is with his wife. Have you ever has he done the one yet that everyone talks about of, he just pops it on while, something else going on there?
Keith, X-rated.
Hey,
that's a
we've all been there.
Question.
You grab something from the side of the table, throw it on your head or something else,
Hey, what happens behind closed doors, I cannot mention that.
We like that answer. PG. Yeah, man. I mean, it's exciting to see you guys, that bond you're on every Wednesday night, and it's just so much fun. But the group he's in, Keith, JAS, I don't know what's happening. Jericho's losing. He may be going on tour, about the dirt sheets. They're always talking about something. What's next for Mr. Hat and Jake Hager, please?
So first I started off with Garcia, then I ended up with Hager. I want to see maybe if I end up with somebody else, or if someone like Jake Hager is going to keep me go on a solo run, but I don't think he can go on a solo run. I think he needs someone like Jericho to back him up to maybe keep him more relevant.
Yeah. And you know what? We talked about Corbin's hat. We talked about MJF's scarf. I mean, let's hear it. Is WWE in your future?
I mean, wherever the money goes, I'll follow it.
Okay, so you and Mandy Rose.
There you go.
Maybe so.
Nice.
All right.
We gotta pay to see Mr. Hat now. Come on.
Behind a paywall.
Oh my God, yeah. 10, 20, 30, sign me up. Keith, what a great interview. Mr. Hat, thank you so much for coming on the show. Keith, you got any last questions before we end the interview here?
No, I mean, we really appreciate you coming on. I know you're a real busy hat, seeing everything on Hager's IG there with you and everything. I guess it's really last one would just be, what's it like getting all this attention now after having such a long career, and what's next? I mean, I know you said you're going to follow the money. You feel like you're going to go to WWE? You want to keep kind of busting out where you can, or what are you thinking?
And like I said, where the money goes, I'll follow. If I stay on Hager, he stays in AEW, then I'll stay right then and there. But yeah, the attention's been nice. Seeing me every Wednesday, every Friday. So yeah, it's nice to get the attention.
I love it. I love it. Jim Ross always said, follow the money. And that's what Mr. Hat's doing. You can find us on Twitter at the UW Pod and Instagram at UW Podcast. Peace.